We've been living in the car about 5, maybe 6 months. We've been living in motels for about 3 years.
Worst part about living in your car is you don't know if you're ever safe or not. I mean, we stay away from these turnouts because, I mean, you never know what happens there. We've had friends get brake speed off them just simply looking at something wrong, or, you know, having something that they want, and they get the shit kicked out of them because they have something that somebody else wants and they're not going to give it up. We all didn't make it out here just by choice, you know. It was something brought us here for one reason or another.
I'm a retired computer analyst. I was making $60,000 a year. This is not anything I ever thought would happen to me. Ever.
Before I broke my leg, I was painting bridges, making $8,000 to $10,000 a month, but I broke my leg and got laid off. And then, what do I do after that?
It would be nice if the police actually did something when you had been robbed or...
Treat us with dignity. I mean, the police, we've had so many problems that we've needed to call the police for, and when we call the police, they either forget about us, they don't show up, or they just treat us like we're the enemy. I mean, immediately we're the enemy. We
need more housing. I think that it's available in a lot of places, but they don't make it well known. They don't make it easy to find out about. I mean, we have a computer, but a lot of people don't have access to that stuff. So how do they find out about this? You know, they sit in their little air-conditioned office. They don't go out and try to help anybody in the field. They need to go out and actually reach out and say, you know, how can I help you, like you've done? That would be huge. I mean, some people don't have transportation. How can they get to like Central City Concern or TPI or any of the places that are supposed to help you? If you can't get there, you can't get help. You call the unemployment office for something, it takes approximately an hour and a half to get through to a person who transfers you to another person, so you're on hold for another hour and a half. I was on hold for 7.5 hours, or on the phone for 7.5 hours the other day trying to take care of a couple issues with my unemployment. And that's ridiculous. There's not enough people for, you know, to help the unemployment lines handle the calls.
If the politicians could live in our shoes for, you know, a day, a weekend, or a week, or a month, and I don't mean just like camping, I mean like out at one of the turnouts, or, you know, amongst one of the camps where there's a whole group of people that have been staying there for a long time. I'd like to tell the politicians to cut the red tape, because they would get many of us off the street, and it would allow us to be put in places that give us the ability to stabilize and become like more mentally sufficient and able to seek out jobs and seek out health stuff that people are just ignoring. And there's so much stuff that just gets ignored because you have to focus on living during the day just to, you know, get by. And if you spend all your day getting by, what's left?
The idea of the villages for, you know, short-term housing is a great idea. They've got places where my understanding of it is they've got places where you can wash your clothes. They've got places like where you can get cleaned up, where you can possibly like a little grocery store, things like that, where people who don't have access to cars, you know, be able to get anywhere. That's wonderful, and that would help them get on their feet. And those are also advertising that they may have people assist them with finding jobs. That right there is huge. Portland was considered a housing emergency, 6 years ago? That's laughable, because they haven't done a darn thing about it. Not that I can tell.
And when I hear the politicians talking about crisis and emergency about the housing situation that's going on, it just makes me laugh, because
they don't know
what are they doing about it? I mean, what do they know about it? They don't know anything about it, other than they see people on the side of the road holding signs begging for change, or, you know, clogging up the entrances to other buildings, but they don't actually know why that's actually happening, why that person's there, why that person's begging for change.
It's like little kids using big words.
Yeah.
That's what they remind me of. The children mimicking what their parents say, but not really understanding what they're talking about. I love Portland, what it was. Portland's gone to hell in a handbasket. I'm sorry. I mean, one more thing I would like to see done about the homeless areas, like on Powell Boulevard, and they need to do something about the garbage. Don't just leave it there. You know, help the garbage companies pick them up. If they have to throw the garbage companies some money to get them out there to pick it up, do so. Don't just let it stack until it's 3 feet, 4 feet high.
Where the hell did all the garbage cans go? Like, the pandemic struck, and then all the garbage cans
they just took them inside. I hope that people in charge figure it out soon, because this, it's killing me. I can't do it anymore. Speak.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have to be doing this. I never thought Portland would let us down so bad.